What is going on, everyone? We are your Digi-daddies.
Daddies.
So this is going to be a recap on Nationals and how we did horribly.
Okay, one of us did horribly. The other one had a fighting chance.
Considerably average. That damn Digimon. I never want to see that card ever again.
You're just gonna be haunted by it for the rest of your days.
Yeah.
Anyway.
If I find the clip, I'm putting it up right now.
Okay. Draw. What's your deck count at? 5. Okay. I'll just go into Digimon, mill the last 5.
Anyway, I guess because yours is shorter to talk about, let's start with your experience.
So my experience with Nats went rather quickly. I chose to play Agu Bonds, and I played against Bonds of Friendship round 1. I got swiftly 2-0'd. I then played a Jesmon matchup. It was 2-1 in my opponent's favor, and then I played a Diaboromon deck, which I also lost 2-1. And then I cried.
Well,
I probably should have played out the rest of the day because that's such a big deal. And it would have been fun to just kind of like meet new people in the community, especially because now we are trying to do this.
yeah.
But I was hurt and I dropped. And I instead rooted on. We didn't even introduce ourselves. I am Joe, aka Goomba, aka Cilo.
I'm just Joe, aka SaltyJoe, as some of you may already know.
There are 2 additional daddies, but they are not here because they did not get invited to Nats.
No.
So they didn't really have much to talk about the experience.
Anyway, so my experience at Nats was fun. I wish I did much better. I choked against a Digimon. Not really, I didn't choke. It was just, that was like surprise Digimon, middle of top 5. You can't draw. So I played security control. My round 1 opponent was Jesmon. I ended up tying. It was a little bit of a slow play, but I'm not going to complain too much. If it was that much of a problem, I should have called the judge, but what can you do? And that's over. Round 2, I played against a Machine Dramon deck. That was the first time I ever played against Machine Dramon, but luckily I 2-0'd it by decking it out twice. I was able to control the board enough, and big brain plays against Machine Dramon. Round 3 was against a green deck. I quickly 2-0'd it. I don't think he knew what he was doing, unfortunately. Round 4 is when things turned around now. So I was 2-0-1 at that point, and I got beat up by Mastemon Wargreymon. That deck against security control just really out-tempos it. It's aggressive right away with Wargreymon, and then you get a little salty surprise with Mastemon. It's like, oh, burn your security, I'm gonna swing, and he can't do nothing. Yeah, that made me sad. So
Everyone should like and subscribe to this just to make us feel better from our performance at Nats. But don't worry, we'll turn around. We'll end on a high note.
Yeah, so at that point, I was like, all right, I really need to turn it around. 2-1-1. Round 5? Yeah, round 5, I played Bonds of Bravery. I quickly 2-0'd that deck, so I was back in the stride. Played another security control deck, which I have plenty of experience, and I played all different variants of security control. Unfortunately, I just tied with him. Like, the start of game 3 was like the end of overtime, so it wasn't even worth playing that. Round 7, that damn Digimon.
Digimon.
I was playing against another security control deck where I was like, okay, I need to play a little bit faster compared to last round. And I was doing well. I won my first round. Did I? It was on stream. I really don't remember, unfortunately.
as a spectator, you won game 1 and lost.
Okay.
And you got backdoored.
I got backdoored
By
game 2.
Digimon.
Yeah. The way both games ended. And I was ready to mill him out. In the game 3, I had 5 cards left in deck. And I was like, I need to find a way to get rid of this guy's, what's that level? Gigadramon. He hard cast Gigadramon, and I'm like, oh no. I don't have any removal cards in my hand. I have Cordramon to dig for more cards, but do I want to mill myself out more? Just for 2 out of 5 chance, because I had 2 Wyron's Breath left in my deck. And that would have been really tight.
I forgot how much security you had left, but
I had a lot of security left.
So there could have been a Wyvern's Breath in there as well. So like, it's really a gamble because if you're odd 5, like you're beat. But like,
yeah,
if you did find it, you already now have 3 cards, and I'm pretty sure he could have just outdrew you anyway by pass go because you weren't going to kill him in those turns.
He had 2 cards left. I would have drew 2. I would have still been 3-2.
He had 0 cards left after the McGee draw. But
yeah.
First. What do I know? I 0-3 draw. I found solace in dominant.
And
now we're punished.
Yeah, now we're punished. I little brained it, and now we're punished. So I was so ashamed of myself losing to another security control player, getting decked out. I just dropped.
The boys were ashamed of you too.
Little did I know, I should have just stayed in it, and I would have had a chance to make top 128, but I was just so out of it. It was a long day, and I was done.
It was a long day. It was 15 rounds of Swiss between 2 days. We were on the East Coast, so we started at 1, so going to 9 rounds, it was over at like 10:30,
yeah,
roughly. But overall, for an online event, because obviously this all started with the pandemic, it ran super smooth. They did split it up in 2 different TOs, but there were no hiccups like day 1. I know they had like some kind of technical difficulty at some point in day 2, but it was very short. It's like maybe 10-15 minutes. But like, kudos to the judges, kudos to the TOs, Core and TAC. Like, if every online event was like that, I'd be more inclined to enter them. I just missed the in-person part of playing cards, but you know, this is the world we live in.
It's true. I also feel like I do better in person, and not to sound like aggro beefhead, but like I feel like I have the intimidation factor against some people where like they're most likely to like misplay.
That's what you keep trying to kiss everyone.
I can't help it. Anyway, do you want to go ahead and take a look?
Let's talk about the people that had a good time at Nats.
Yes, unlike us losers.
I'm not a loser. I just didn't succeed.
Yeah.
I'm a failure. It's different.
Actually, we're quitters. We dropped.
No, all I did... Yeah, you know what? That's fair. We dropped. Real quick. But anyway...
So
here's the top 8.
Yes. 2 Gabubons. Shout out to our champion, Chungman.
Chungman. If anyone did not see that matchup, and anyone that does not know what Forbidden Trident does, watch the matchup. I believe Eggman has it posted, thanks to Bandai giving him permission to do so, because I know they were really strict on the VODs.
Yes.
But that matchup was very good. There's a lot of top matches that were very good. If you're able to find Dan Bang versus Ying Wang,
that matchup was crazy.
The final round, the top 8 match was also really good, but the match before it was insane.
Yeah. Shout out Dan Bang. He was our true champion. He's
our anime protagonist. He needs his training arc though. He didn't have enough time.
He had enough time. He went
from going 2-1 against Ying Wang in the last round to going right back to playing him. What training arc did he get? He got to lift his finger, maybe? Aha! Oh no, not again.
Yeah, anyway, so Speaking of Ying, let's look at his third place deck. It is Lilithloop. He is still playing that broken card, Mega Digimon Fusion.
Which cry no longer available, but also thank God it's no longer available. Cards like that ruin games.
Yeah. The Genkaku promote package is absolutely nuts for winning games late game. He's got 2 Mastemon for that security control matchup. He's also running win rate 60% to help him throw cards from his hand into the drop. Fueling Genkaku.
I can actually see the list. I'm so happy. This is our first lot. I'm not used to like the non-sharing stuff, so like I just hooked myself up.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, thanks. You know, I would like to have some kind of input on some stuff. So I don't know Ying Wang very well, but I know like he's friends with a couple of my friends in PA. And based on his post, he like really diligently tested this list. And Little Loop is not an easy deck to play.
No, it's not.
And if you watch him play, not only does he play efficiently, he plays quickly to make sure like time's efficient, and it's just his sequencing and being able to. I didn't even take into consideration like if you mill yourself out, Mega Digimon Fusion, and you just bottom deck this work, and you're just okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's insane.
That's
This
big
guy-
brain.
Yeah, he like kudos to him. He played super well. I hope that I get to like meet him in person because like he seems like a really chill dude.
You just want to kiss him.
Like I just want to see my PA boys. I need an excuse. I can get an autograph and kiss my friends.
Alright.
I'll kiss them too. Whatever.
Let's go to the second place deck list, which was traditional Gobblebons, straight up, running 4.
You're just not gonna mention Prince Sosa's name.
I don't listen. It's my first time doing a top 8 video.
Give the man some credit. Brent Sosa, one of the 2 Gabubons that made top 8. It's essentially a traditional list. I don't see a lot of tech options, but it's Gabubons. He piloted through probably a massive forest of Gabubons, among other things. And strong performance. Don't really have much to talk about the tech list. Like,
Yeah, this is tried and true. The, I guess, tech option you could say is Ikakumon, but that was pretty standard for every Gabu player across the board.
That having the extra Kokoda's breath, I know like sometimes they don't pilot removal because they want to be more aggressive. The 3 Kendo I really like.
Yeah.
Because it definitely helps in the mirror, especially if you go first. It allows you, like, if you're able to play a tamer, like you could just go into the Kendo on top of your tamer, just to pause. The Ice Wall shenanigans that I saw in the finals, though, I'm glad that card is at 1.
Me too.
to see Brent go Ice Wall into Chungman going Ice Wall into Brent going Ice Wall, I'm just like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. But also, I never want to see it again.
Yeah, that last game, he went through all 4 of his Ice Walls, right?
He all 4 wound up in the graveyard.
Oh, okay, that's
trash.
Right.
Because 1 was insecurity. But yeah, he saw all 4 of his Ice Walls that game.
Insane. Also, I do like Kaikoda's Breath over Absolute Blast after like lots of practice. So I guess that's my input.
Yeah, I agree. The 1 extra memory to eliminate the specification from the other card, that's name escapes me. I'm bad with card names. And this is once again, this is our first. Please like and subscribe.
Yeah,
we'll
don't
love
forget.
You forever.
And ring the bell notifications. Get a nice clap for the Digi-daddys.
I don't want to know if they want to be notified when we go up.
Well, now they're gonna want to know.
Yeah, you're right. We love you all. We don't even know who you are yet, but we love you. Except for you, Michael Rennie. He's here somewhere. I think he's playing League.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there.
Right. And I'll let you go into the first place deck list.
Oh, I'm so excited. My list won't load. Aha, we did it. Good old-fashioned Optimum Fiber Optics Verizon. All right. The champions list. Good old Chungman.
Chungman the champ.
the champion.
Shout out Chung Man for that one forbidden trident.
That was the greatest board wipe I've ever seen for one memory.
That was his one jank tech option that he was like, yes! It happened!
He probably drew it, saw the field, and goes, I was waiting for this moment for 20 plus hours.
Oh, man. Also, the 3 Howling Memory Boost is crazy. And I know in testing I yelled at you over that. But, like, oh, so good.
It does so much. It's definitely one of the best memory boosts. It obviously pales in comparison to Reinforcement Memory Boost. Part's really good too.
It really helps you against the
being-
Diaborum matchup.
Yes, because they cannot block and it removes sources. That's what
Yep.
that card does. And obviously 4 Ice Wall, 4 Hammer Spark, the 1 Cocotus Breath, the 1 Forbidden Trident. I mean, Forbidden Trident's essentially a removal, and based on like the format and how small the curve is, there's a lot of between Gabubons being so low to the ground, which is level 4s and level 3s. Even though Trident only bounces level 3s, it's still like if you watch Chung Man's game in the final with Brent Sosa, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The 1 Ikakumon to trade with Mecha Norimon, which is obviously a big headache for this deck. Madoki Betamon to stop other Gabumon decks for like memory manipulation.
And he went 3 count against on that. As opposed
Yeah,
to the
he-
normal 2.
He only had the 2 Kendo, but 3 Akmon.
3 up. Yeah. Octomon.
Aquamon, the big juicy level 4s like Aquamon and 8mon, should not be shied away from.
No.
There was a Lord Nightmon in the top 8. We're not going to really go into it for here. We will put a link in the description below so you can look at all the top 8 deck lists.
That's right.
Down below. I'm kind of turned to the side so I can see the screen, but
It's alright. I did it too. They know.
oh, okay. The bell's over there too, and the like button. Just
And subscribe. All the buttons. Just click them all.
That was my impersonation of Joe. But that's but yeah. EX1, Gabumon, fine pieces. The deck got really consistent, like even more consistent with the drop of Classic Collection.
Yeah.
And yeah. Strong list. Obviously a strong performance, strong player. From a North American standpoint, I'm proud to have both Brent and Chungman to represent us in Worlds.
That's
which
right.
is really cool. Because we couldn't get there.
No, my dad's upset at me.
He's
Cool.
upset at me too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is our first, second, and third place winners of the North American Finals. I don't have any shout outs outside of, amazing games. That's our locals.
Well, shout out Dan Vang for being the only Bonds of Bravery player that topped.
Shout out to Dan Vang. Shout out to the other the other top 8 players. Diego, who got 4th. Brian, who piloted Lord Nightmon into the top 8. And our 2 security control players in Mitchell and George. Good job, guys.
Yes, good job. You guys are
obviously
all
the-
champions in our hearts.
You guys took it home. Enjoy your awesome substantial prizing, your medal cards. I hope that you cherish them. We will see all of you in Nats for the 2022 season because we will be back. I promise.
We're the Digi-daddies. We don't stay down.
Yeah, we're gonna take care of our little Thomas that watch this.
That's right.
Little Eggy boys. We love you all. And Eggman, you could be our Eggy boy.
Yeah.
Shout out to the commentators. They did an excellent job as well. Wong Zero, the hype behind the Dan Bang
Yes.
matchup, and Ying Wong.
The hype behind
just-
every matchup. That man was 10 out of 10. Put him in nationals every year, unless he wants to participate.
And shout out to George and Eggman too. They had a lot of good chemistry. I love how detailed and very involved in the matches that they were, as well as being engaging with the chat. It's a little bit more difficult when you have a second person commentating because you're trying to interact with so many things, the game, your co-commentator, and the chat. but Eggman has a lot of experience, and George has streamed a bunch of times as well. So good job, guys. Obviously, shout out to Tack and Core. Thank you for running the event. It was a great experience.
Very smoothly.
It was short for me. I love those 3 rounds.
Shout out to the judges, lastly.
And shout out to the judges.
Putting in
You
over
guys-
20 hours of work. That's crazy.
Between 2 days, you guys are heroes.
Yeah.
Let no one take anything away from you. Also, we know a guy that may want the judge playmat. I
Yeah.
don't know if anyone's parting with that, but
I don't know if you're a judge and watching this video, but definitely hit us up.
Yes, we know a guy.
Yes.
He's playing League right now.
He is.
I'm gonna bring him in here afterwards, obviously. But we will be producing a lot more content. We want to be pillars in the community as well. Obviously, me and Joe both love this game, as well as our other Digi-daddy cohorts in Jay and Mike. We may expand it to like a bigger team, but as right now we're just little local boys.
Yeah.
But we'll go over deck lists. We'll do play testing. Where next video, I believe we're going through some PT7 stuff, especially because the North American format for PT7 will be massively different from the Japanese format due to the fact that we have all those bannings to start out with, and they're 2 sets ahead of us. So look out for those. We probably should have that up by the end of the week too.
Yeah.
We got time. I have a lot of free time.
Yeah.
They don't need to know.
They don't need to. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell your friends that we are your Digi-daddies.
Digi-daddies.
We're so out of sync.
We'll figure it out.